And we're live. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for coming over to the DFS 5-Pack. I'm your host, Ryan Kostrowski. We are here to talk through the two-game slate that the NBA has provided us via Draftkings. We're going to have one game on Thursday the 17th, one game on Friday the 18th. You guys are all big boys and girls. I'm sure you've seen it over there on the app or on the website already. Last time we checked in, we were calling for a Clippers-Nuggets Game 7. And Clippers, that was bad. I was really excited for Lakers Clippers. We're not going to get it now. I like the Nuggets better than the Clippers, though. So I guess there is part of me that gets to watch my boys Murray and Joker go up against LeBron and those. It's just all year long, man. We were excited for the Lakers and the Clippers, and we're not going to get it. So it is a bit of a disappointment. Great game one, Boston against Miami. These guys are going to be a dogfight. As you can tell, even though my Bucks got embarrassed and steamrolled, I'm still all about the NBA playoffs. Very exciting. The other thing that's great about NBA playoffs for DFS, and I've hit on this already, is you can screw up so many picks and finish the money. Like the other day, I played all the terrible plays that I brought up on the video, and they were all awful. And still, thanks to Beverly, Jokic, Tyler Hero, finished in the money easily. That is the fun part about the NBA playoffs. I'm sure you guys have all experienced it. You don't have to nut every single pick to do well. You can have some real stinkers in there. And I was just hoping to finish in the cash, and to be tripling up in GPPs, I found it to be amazing. There was a lot of bad plays that day, and there'll probably be a lot more of them going forward. That's the NBA playoffs. It's just a different beast. So, rambled on for long enough already. Sorry to make you guys sit through my diatribe for a second. Let's roll over to what we're looking at for DK today or tomorrow/Friday. I'm a little salty right now for you baseball fans. Jacob deGrom, I was big on him today. He did not look right and then left the game with hammy tightness. So more than likely that had been bothering him all day long. So a bit salty as we roll into this video, but we've all been there and been through that before. I'm sure a lot of you guys had DeGrom in your lineups tonight and probably dealing with that with yourself. I want to talk about the overlay fantasy sports promo that we've started. I did not specify this on the baseball video earlier. This would be for brand new overlay players. You guys hear us talk about them every day. They are the show sponsor. If you have considered signing up and giving it a whirl, check out the new matchup shot where you get to make individual bets on people. Lots of fun. Very good time. I highly recommend using it. But otherwise, if you are a brand new player, if you make a $50 deposit, send me the screenshot. You'll get a free 2 weeks of our service. So you can double that $50 and get a free 2 weeks of us. So, hey, everybody wins. $100 deposit, do a free month. $500 deposit, free annual membership. $1,000 deposit, free lifetime membership. So instead of, if you've ever considered signing up or buying a membership through us, this might be a better thing for you. Good opportunities to take your money, make more money, and get a free membership. So screenshot it, tweet it to me, send it to Kazatron@hotmail.com. Otherwise, guys, day passes, all that good stuff. Thumbs up is appreciated. Subscribe to the station if you're new to it. Let's talk about who we're looking at for this slate. Lock it up and throw away the key. RAJON Rondo. Playoff Rondo is here. See the game log. He's way too cheap. This one is not rocket science. I'm sure you guys are all probably looking at him already. His most recent game wasn't great, which has actually helped to keep his price tag down. That was a byproduct of a little bit of foul trouble, lost some minutes due to the blowout. This is just the best place you can go for cap space right now. So go take a look at the guy that looks like Franklin from the old kids commercial or the old kids cartoon. Most of you guys probably know what I'm talking about if you saw that on Jimmy Kimmel's mean tweets. But RAJON Rondo, 4,300. Lock it up and throw away the key. Expecting to be wildly and insanely popular on the slate due to that price tag. That and everybody can game log watch, right? See the game log. This one's pretty simple. I'll play him in all formats. The thing is, even if he stinks, I mean, what's the big deal? He's probably going to be super high owned. And what stink by playoff standards in 4,300? Like 11 points? Guy went for damn near 43 different occasions. All right, next up, let's talk about Boston Celtics emerging superstar Jayson Tatum. Now, I am not a Celtics fan, but sometimes you can really start to like players on a team you don't like. And that'd be Jayson Tatum for me. This kid has, if you don't think he's arrived yet, he's arriving, and he is knocking on your doorstep because he is that good. I'll be honest, guys. You know what big a Giannis Antetokounmpo fan I am. I would struggle to pull the trigger on Giannis right now over Tatum. That feels like a lot of recency bias. But watching Giannis falter in the playoffs and watching Tatum play like a madman the last couple games, this kid's the real deal. I like him a lot in game 2. Even at his new high-end salary, I would consider playing him above the studs from the second game because Boston is in a situation right here where they can't go down 0-2. Expect Tatum to play monster minutes with monster usage. He has monster intangibles. He's rebounding like the second coming of Dennis Rodman. This young man's arrived, in my opinion. I'm a monster fan of his. The other thing is, like, Kemba wasn't built for the playoffs. You're still missing Gordon Hayward. He's still doubtful for game 2. If he plays, that would temper my expectations on Tatum just a littlest bit. But, like, Walker is a small guy. It's tough for him in the playoffs. And Marcus Smart has his good games and bad games shooting from 3. Jaylen Brown's got his good games or his bad games. But Tatum needs to be big for Boston. He was phenomenal in game 1. Minus getting stuffed by Bam Adebayo on what can only be described as one of the coolest blocks you've ever seen in the game of basketball. Doesn't matter. They need this game. Look for Tatum to have a huge role in a monster game 2. Next up, Mr. D12 himself, former Defensive Player of the Year, Dwight Howard at 3,600, taking on the Denver Nuggets. So there's going to be a group of people who know their NBA and know their NBA playoffs that are going to be looking at Dwight Howard because they know that the Lakers are very, very likely to go back to a more typical rotation for what they were doing. They adjusted in the previous series to play small ball. McGee and Howard could not get out to the perimeter to defend the three-point shooting of guys like Tucker and Jeff Green. However, when you're trying to slow down the Joker, you need some bigger players, right? And that's D12. You got JaVale McGee. I personally prefer Dwight Howard. Again, he ain't what he once was, right? But he was a former Defensive Player of the Year 2 times, if my memory serves me correctly. They need his lateral quickness out there to try to slow down the Joker in this situation. He is rested and ready to go. I think he plays more minutes than McGee. I think he outplays him. I am hoping we get him at lower ownership in this one, and I'm hoping people play Markieff Morris and just game log watch. Now, a lot of y'all are very, very smart, so I'm sure a bunch of you guys were already thinking this one, and you're going to see that in the contest tomorrow. So if you think you're getting Dwight Howard at 1%, I don't find that to be the likely scenario. However, 1%, 5%, 50%, I don't really care. I want him on my roster. He's another guy that frees up cap space for some better players. Give me some D12 come Thursday, Friday. All right, last up, Denver Nuggets. So I'll be honest, I'm a little torn on how game 1's going to go right here. I can see it being competitive. I can see the Nuggets winning a close game. I can see the Lakers steamrolling the Denver Nuggets. So if you're of the opinion, because I will admit to you guys, I'm a little torn on this one. Not that I'm not wrong and right sometimes, but I like to admit when I'm not 100% sure about how I think the game is going to be play out, right or wrong. I'm not sure on this one. If you think the Nuggets are going to get rolled, then I would opt out of Gary Harris and take a look at some of the other shooting guards. However, if you believe this game to be at least competitive for 3.5, hopefully all 4 quarters, Gary Harris is a premier place to go for paydown, as a paydown option so that you can get better players into your lineup. He's playing huge minutes now. You just need this cat to stay out of foul trouble. I think he won't spend as much time on LeBron to create that foul trouble as he probably got stuck doing with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. Because of LeBron's just overall mass, I think he's a little big for Harris. I think you'll see guys like Millsap and Torrey Craig on him a little bit more. I could be wrong, but none of the other guys like Danny Green, KCP, for example, do I really worry about getting him into foul trouble, which was kind of his Achilles heel in the Clippers series twice. He's 12 of his past 27 from 3 over the last 5-6 games, which is big time for him. That's mostly what he does from an offensive perspective. He's good, gets a couple rebounds, gets a couple assists, gets a couple steals. I think you only skip him if you believe the Nuggets to be getting rolled in this one. If you think they come up small like they did game 1 against the Clippers, then I totally get moseying over to somebody else at the shooting guard position. Outside of that, expect him to play damn near 40 minutes, shoot the 3, get a couple of steals, and do his job. He's a very typical, prototypical type of player that will just come in there and just do his thing. And you can feel pretty safe about it. So check out Gary Harris and the Nuggets, unless you think he's getting rolled up on by the Los Angeles Lakers come Friday night. All right, guys, that is what I got for y'all today. Ready to talk some NFL showdown a little bit. We got NFL main slate coming up. We still got baseball rolling all over the place. We got memberships available through the website. If you can, click the thumbs up button. Just know it means a lot to both of us. We sincerely appreciate that. Hopefully everybody's having a better day. If you faded Jacob deGrom on Wednesday night, good for you. A little bit jealous right now. Have a good one.